Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another week of Second Breakfast Podcast. I'm Andy Ross,
Yes.
alongside Phil Duvall. Say hi, Phil.
Woohoo!
And today is another 5 Minute Monday,
Okay.
where we take you through the week that was. We take 5 minutes and we tell you all the movies we saw in the last week. And, well, gosh, it's not really all that much more complicated than that, right?
I'd like to say that it was more complicated, but then it would have to be a 12-minute Monday, but it is only a 5-minute Monday.
It's true. It's true. The 5 minutes has not started yet. It will.
Oh my
It will
gosh.
start shortly.
Okay. Start the
Are we,
5 minutes.
are we ready? Are we ready for the 5 minutes to start?
Andy, I gotta be honest with you, I'm never ready for the 5 minutes to start, but I feel like it's time.
I I hold in my hand the official timekeeper of Second Breakfast Podcast, also known as an iPhone. Apple, call me to discuss your our fee for featuring your iPhone on our podcast. Ready? You're going to go first. I want you to tell me what you've seen this week.
Oh my gosh, okay.
And go.
Well, obviously, I watched the Mel Gibson film for Project Melway this week, Forever Young, which I
Indeed.
cannot wait for Wednesday to talk about. But if you have not been paying attention to Project Melway, people, this is a barn burner. Then I watched a little film, just a quaint little film in 3 dimensions called Oz the Great and Powerful, which I enjoyed thoroughly, but also beyond that, and I don't have any proof of this, and I have no way to contact him. I am fairly certain that our friend from college, Charlie Sameen, was one of the townsfolk in the background. I am
Fascinating.
I am not 100% certain. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but
Okay.
I felt pretty strongly that it was him. I went on IMDb and he is not credited, so maybe it was someone else, or maybe he had an uncredited part. But
Sure.
I'd love to get a hold of our friend Chuck Sameen and see if that was him in the background with a big round hat and some fake eyebrows, looking like very happy camper. I quite enjoyed Oz the Great and Powerful, more so than I thought I would. And I
Okay.
actually, and I'm not a fan of 3 dimensions.
Yes.
Quite enjoyed the 3D,
Okay.
or at
Okay.
least
I
enjoyed
did
it.
not see it in 3D when I saw
I
it.
think I enjoyed it as much as I will enjoy 3D. How about that?
Okay.
I
Good
mean,
to
there are
know.
movies that I straight up can't stand when it's like that. And then I topped it all off because I knew that wasn't enough. I actually was like, I need to watch one more movie this week because I know that you've watched like 7 billion. So I capped it all off last. I had a terrible day yesterday. Almost. It had the makings of a terrible day, but there were many pieces that ended up being great, and not the
Good.
least of which was I finished the day off by watching Fletch in bed.
Well done.
I haven't seen Fletch in years.
Neither have I.
It is amazing. It is maybe my favorite Chevy Chase performance of all time.
Nice.
And I was like listening to the soundtrack and I was like, is this the Top Gun soundtrack? And then I went and looked. It is. Oh no. I was like, is this the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack? No, it's the Top Gun soundtrack. Oh, it's the same guy who did all 3 soundtracks.
Awesome.
The soundtrack is genius. Joe Don Baker is in it. The woman whose name I can't remember who plays Tyra's mom on Friday Night Lights is in it at her, let's call it her prime. Shall we?
Shall
Okay. I need to let you talk because I'm guessing you don't have. We're almost out of time and you haven't even said anything
we?
yet.
No, we're good. We're good. We got more than 2 minutes left. So I also watched Forever Young for Project Melway. In terms of new movies, I have seen both Olympus Has Fallen
Okay.
and Spring Breakers.
Okay.
Both of them I didn't love when I saw them. Both of them I find myself looking more favorably and kindly on since I saw them. More true for Olympus Has Fallen than Spring Breakers. I think Spring Breakers fundamentally falls apart, although it's certainly, and I don't mean this in the pervy way, it's certainly interesting visually.
Well, this was a
And
question I was going to ask you. Is there a way to watch Spring Breakers that's not pervy?
I couldn't help feeling like their dad, so I felt terrible through most of it.
Okay.
Like,
That makes
I
me
mean,
happy
honestly.
in life. Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm. It's not like I'm not a fan of attractive women in bikinis, right?
You just felt gross
right,
watching
and I don't
it.
card them, right? But these particular females, I was like, I am your dad. So we have about a minute left. I went kind of insane because I had a lot of insomnia this week. In addition, I watched. So I watched Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Smashed.
Okay.
She plays a recovering an alcoholic. Her husband is alcoholic, played by Aaron Paul, Jesse from Breaking Bad. She decides to get sober. He does not. Saw For a Good Time Call, which is maybe the most wholesome movie about two women in New York creating a phone sex line that I could ever possibly imagine. I watched House of a Thousand Corpses because you gave me homework. I watched The 40-Year-Old Virgin because it had been too long, and it is a totally adorable movie. And I watched the first 3 movies in the series The Fast and the Furious.
Wow. Have you ever seen those before?
I had never seen them before.
I have never seen them either.
Oh, it's totally worth it. It's a lot of fun. That has been 5 minutes.
Any other movies?
That's
Any other
the week
movies?
It was, and those were my movies.
Wow.
Those are our movies. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.